promising business person from whom we had great hopes from the point of industries. He led the most advanced construction company which was into infrastructural development. And that is a big setback to Maharashtra as well as to India. He has led Tata Sons also. When Ratan Tata selects somebody as the chairperson, he definitely has those qualities, leadership qualities. Maybe afterwards there were some differences, but still he was the most promising young generation leader of Maharashtra.
And what's the legacy, according to you, Mr. Kadir, he leaves behind?
I think in a very young age, he became the chairperson of Tata Sons. And that is something inspiring. When you have the qualities, you can lead. But of course, I think that one has to have a good coordination with everybody. And that would have made it more successful. But he has very good leadership qualities as a leading industrialist. And as I mentioned to you earlier, his company was best known to do quality works, whether it is in IT sector, whether it is in multi-story buildings, whatever infrastructure projects they did, it was par excellence.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kesarkar, for sharing your thoughts with us. And in fact, let us just go back to the to the site of that accident which took place, which was in Palghar. In fact, we also have the first reactions coming in of the SP of the concerned area. Let us listen to him first.
आज दोपहर को 3:15 बजे अहमदाबाद से मुंबई जाने वाले रोड पे सूर्या रिवर के ऊपर का जो ब्रिज है, वो ब्रिज के डिवाइडर पे डैश होके मर्सिडीज गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। उसमें 4 लोग सवार थे, उसमें से 2 लोग स्पॉट पे ही मृत घोषित किए गए और बाकी के जो 2 लोग थे वो जख्मी है, उनको रेनबो हॉस्पिटल में शिफ्ट किया गया है, जो वापी में है।
So, Vinay, we have an official confirmation now that 2 people died on the spot, and one of them, of course, was Mr. Cyrus Mistry, and 2 of them have now been taken to the hospital. Have you been able to speak to your sources in Palghar? What's going on now? What are the investigations? What's the condition of the 2 survivors?
Well, as of now, we have learned that a team of the police personnel is at the hospital where the 2 survivors are being treated, Anaita Pandol as well as Darius Pandol. Both of them are undergoing treatment at the Palghar hospital. So as of now, a police team is there. Their statements will likely be recorded at some point in time. The police are also at the location where the accident did take place in order to understand the conditions under which the accident took place. Remember, that when the car rammed into the divider at around 3:15 p.m. when the accident took place, the impact was such that the entire front section of the car was completely crushed, as we can see in those photos. We are talking of a sturdy vehicle like the Mercedes. We can see that the airbags were also activated. So one can imagine the impact of the accident that it had. Probably that both the persons who were sitting ahead lost their lives, unfortunately, in that accident. So while visually we can just imagine the impact of the accident, kind of speed that the vehicle must be in, the police are probing about the details, trying to ascertain if there are any eyewitnesses who will talk about the conditions under which that accident took place. So as of now, Pallavi, what we learn is that after the accident took place at around 3:15 p.m. today afternoon at Palghar, a team of the police personnel already reached the spot while the injured were immediately moved to the hospital for further treatment. As of now, we learn that the family is trying to coordinate to make sure that the mortal remains of Cyrus Mistry and the family friend who lost his life, unfortunately, in that incident, their remains will be brought to Mumbai as soon as possible. In fact, top sources tell us that that is something that the family is also focusing on at present. We've seen that several people who are close to the family have started moving back to Mumbai in order to be with the family in these times of shocking, and saddening news. So clearly, as of now, while the police are in the process to ascertain, the top cop of the Maharashtra police, who has now been directed by the Maharashtra Home Minister and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis to personally look into the incident, has also started the probe to understand the circumstances under which this accident took place. Preliminary, soon after the accident, police sources though had indicated that overspeeding might have been the cause of the accident. We will get to know of the official statement and the reasons only after the DGP conducts a thorough probe into this matter. But as you can see, that condolences are flowing in from several sections of the society, the political leaders, the business tycoons, expressing a sense of shock and paying respects and condolences for the sad demise of Cyrus Mistry. Back to you.
Yes, and you're absolutely right, Vinaya. I mean, imagine there are so many reactions which are coming in from the corporate world, from the politicians. In fact, the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has also called him a passionate man and expressed his condolences to the family. So has the Maharashtra governor, politicians cutting across party line, and in fact, the SOCHM, the Chambers of Commerce of Business World, has also expressed his condolences and called it an untimely demise. Mihir, we have been talking about, the legacy of Cyrus Mistry. You are, of course, in what is called the financial heart of our country. Today, when the business world is mourning the loss of Cyrus Mistry, what is it that they're going to be remembering him most for?
Absolutely. As far as Cyrus Mistry is concerned, he is seen as somebody who's a young achiever, somebody who was capable enough and had that kind of business acumen to shoulder a position like the chairman of the Tata and Sons, the Tata Group. So clearly, there was a lot of promise as far as in Mr. Mistry is concerned. He was seen as somebody who really had that kind of conviction, had that qualities of a leader who could, propel any sort of business, and that's what we heard when Mr. Kesarkar was talking about him, that the manner in which he was part of these infrastructural projects and his presence and leadership really made a lot of progress, not only for the firms but also for the state of Maharashtra, because he was seen as somebody who had the ability to carry on business and contribute to the economy, and that's why it is seen he had generated that kind of goodwill among not only people from within his fraternity, not only from people who belong to the business world, but also for
I'm going to just interrupt you here briefly. That's also because the first statement has come out from Tata Sons. It's coming from the chairperson, Mr. Chandrasekharan. This is the first official statement and response coming for Tata Sons. Remember, Cyrus Mistry was the former chairman of Tata Sons, and in this statement they say it's a deeply saddened by the sudden and untimely demise of Mr. Cyrus Mistry. He had a passion for life, and it's really tragic that he passed away at such a young age. My deepest condolences and prayers for his family in these difficult times. Vinaya, everyone in their condolence keeps on talking about the fact that he was passionate about his job, and also that he achieved so much at a young age.
Well, yes, extremely unfortunate incident there, and we are seeing that the first reaction has come in from Tata Sons. Remember, Cyrus Mistry was a former chairperson of the Tata Sons. There was a legal battle as well with them, but the Tata Sons has now given an official response. Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, the chairperson, has sent out a message saying, "I'm deeply saddened by the sudden and untimely demise of Mr. Cyrus Mistry. He had a passion for life, and it was really tragic that he passed away at such a young age. My deepest condolences and prayers for his family in these difficult times." So one thing that keeps consistently coming up, Pallavi, is, maybe the family, maybe the friends, maybe the business community, everyone has been talking about, his best for life, about how he's extremely disciplined, extremely hardworking, and something like this at such a young age has
Absolutely.
caused a tremendous distress.
Yes, absolutely, Vinaya. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you very much, Mihir, also. This is that unfortunate news which came in late this evening, the tragic accident of the former chairperson of Tata Sons, Cyrus Mistry, and he leaves behind, as all those who are mourning, saying, a very passionate and powerful legacy. News continues over here on CNN News 18.
Goes by the name Shreyas Raj Kamble, and Shreyas Raj Kamble is going to tell us what's going on, whether this year is different, coming back after COVID, etc., etc., etc. Also, he just wants to be on camera. All right, Mr. Shreyas Raj Kamble, welcome to the show.
Cyrus, it's SRK. Call me SRK.
Because your initials are SRK, I get it. Shreyas Raj Kamble, I get it. All right, all right.
No. Everyone says I look like SRK. Kiran, Kiran.
Excuse me, if you look like Shah Rukh, I look like Brad Pitt, so...
Forget Brad Pitt. You don't even look like Cyrus Rocha. काय बरोबर दिसतच नाही.
Yeah, people are saying that. People are saying that. Everyone is saying that. It's really odd. All right, let me ask the questions, please, if you don't mind. It's my interview. Firstly, SRK, you are a coordinator from which area exactly?
See, Mumbai, South Central, thoda North. South Central North.
No, I think you made a mistake. Did you say South Central North?
See, it begins at South Central. But because of the repair and road work, metro, so the road has been diversificated and comes out on north on one side.
What?
Listen, see, I'll tell you. So it begins at south, then splits up into central and north. Hence, South Central North.
Oh, okay, all right. The road is organic like your life. It just travels on its own and goes somewhere else. I see the logic. You see, I'm in Upper Worli, Lower Parel, Eastern Sion, because of the same issues that we are having.
You may be wherever you are. That is not my ilaka, so not my business. अपन दूसरे केस में नहीं देखते हैं.
Okay. SRK, what are the challenges you faced during Ganesh Chaturthi, especially in 2022?
So lot many challenges, lot many obstacles. बहुत कठिनाई से बनाते हैं हम लोग.
Like traffic, people, safety?
Like road construction work, the metro work. It is being incomplete for so much time. We have to keep 20% buffer.
Excuse me, did you say 20% buffer?
Yes, expect to lose 20% of Ganesh idols to manholes, khaddas, ditches, khadda idhar, khadda udhar, khadda, caused by incomplete road work and metro work.
Wow, it's very clinical, I must say. So would you classify Ganpati then as a tough festival, a difficult festival to execute?
Not just tough, tough बोल के उसको easy बात बोलो, highly dangerous है.
Actually, I was meaning to ask you that only. How do you fund it?
With your love and money.
Yes, I noticed.
See, it's a festival of people. The people have to give it back. then only it's fair, na?
Yes, coming to that, sir, coming to that. But your guys, let me tell you honestly, I'm going to tell you this, please don't get angry. Your guys came and collected donation from us and we gave it to them. We said, Bindas, take it, no problem.
Are thanks be to you and thanks be to Lord Ganesha.
No, but SRK, hear me out, SRK, hang on a minute. Then your guys came a second time for donation.
And what happened?
Again, Bindas, we paid. But this time I said we'll give half the amount.
No thanks be to you. But yes, thanks to Lord Ganesha, whatever is happening.
Wait. Then your guys came a third time. A third time, mind you.
And this time what you guys did?
We refused to pay.
India has its eyes set on becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2025. Disruption in agriculture sector is a big ask. Unless the rural areas are provided with proper infrastructure for accessing basic banking facilities and an awareness is created regarding the schemes already available, the vision of digital and financial inclusion will remain an unfulfilled dream. In an effort to promote equitable growth via financial inclusion, MasterCard, in partnership with Leaf, aims to transform the lives of our farmers by leveraging technology to solve current challenges of transparency plaguing the rural ecosystem. And today, we talk about how digitization can help in this narrative and create sustainable models for rural financial inclusion. Joining me today, my panel of experts. Mr. Nikhil Sahani, Division President, South Asia, MasterCard. IS Dr. Ashok Dalwai, CEO NRAA and Chairman, Empowered Committee for Doubling the Farmers' Income for Government of India. Mr. T.R. Kesavan, Chairman, FICCI, National Agriculture Committee. Dr. Arvind Kumar, Deputy DG Research and Regional Director, Asia ICRISAT. And Dr. M.J. Khan, Chairman, Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. Mr. Sani, may I start with you? And starting with a very basic question. What are the challenges faced by farmers today? And why do you think digitization hasn't succeeded as expected in rural areas?
First and foremost is that the rural ecosystem, there are farmers who face challenges relating to quality inputs, information and advisory services, inability to bank within the village, most of them are in villages, accessible storage and logistics, as well as access to credit products. The opportunity to lead the agriculture space with digitization is fairly large, but the solution adoption, unfortunately, has been low so far. First and foremost, credit access challenge. 50% of farmers don't have a formal credit history. It becomes, therefore, very difficult for them to access any formal financial services beyond KCC and the equipment finance. Rural digitization, therefore, finds it difficult. And of course, these farmers are typically much more interested to look at something which is a lot more physical. So you could go in for a phygital model, but when it comes to digital and financial literacy, it requires a fair amount of handholding. 3 to 4% of farmers use digital tools technology. That is the sort of penetration that you have. And therefore, there is a fair amount of, as I said, literacy that needs to be imparted. So we have a product, Farm Pass, where we believe it can drive active account usage for farmers and will eventually enable them to turn digital as well as manage their finances in a much better manner.
Dr. Khan, how can digitization and technology play a significant role in scaling up the reach and operations of various government initiatives like perhaps Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, etc.?
Any program to be delivered that requires massive efforts, a lot of manpower, and involvement of various key stakeholders. In fact, there has been an approach where the compartmentalization has been working. Companies work their own way, the banking system works its own way, the government system works in its own way, and the research and extension system. In fact, if there could be a platform where all can work together in terms of physically delivering the programs, but more importantly, no matter how much manpower we deploy, but looking at the nature of 12 crore plus farmer families and 7 lakh plus villages, no amount of deployment of manpower will be sufficient to deliver the scheme, deliver them timely and effectively. Therefore, there's a need for digital approach, the digital platforms to be created. And today, the startup ecosystem, we look at kind of innovative models that are being rolled out. Certainly, there is a need for a national approach in this direction. Unfortunately, the lack of data and its availability, particularly with the private sector, that was a big constraint so far. So now that the government is opening up with sharing of the data, in fact, open data sharing in the Western world has been so much emphasized, but the private sector has not been coming forth when it has a lot of data with other players and even with the government. But if government of India is coming forward, sharing the data, then I'm sure that the ability of the private sector, the large companies, as well as the startups, they'll be able to deliver a lot of programs and participates in the prosperity of the farmers through rolling out many schemes, delivering many programs and products, and also the monitoring the success and the implementation of the same.
Right. Taking the sentiment forward, Dr. Arvind, as per Niti Aayog's report on artificial intelligence to maintain an annual growth rate of 8 to 10%, agriculture must grow at 4% or higher presently. How critical then again is to digitize farmers and the whole agriculture sector to bring in such growth? And how will it benefit our farmers and various FPOs?
We all know that agriculture is a risky operation, and in fact, there is urgent need to reduce the risk. And this is where I see the artificial intelligence helping agriculture, that it potentially it has changed the way to see agriculture, enabling farmers to achieve better results. And in fact, if we want to achieve more than 4% of the growth in agriculture, combining artificial intelligence and the digital agriculture tools, which helps to analyze market demand, which is very beneficial to the farmer, and then also manage the risk